Good morning. It's January 27th. We're looking at the S&P, and let's go back here a little bit and recap what happened. So Friday we had a pretty good sell-off. You recall that. So we opened on Friday and pretty much headed straight down. The open here on Friday, we opened around 33.31 and then ended up closing Friday around 32.90. So closed down about 40 points. And then Sunday we opened and gapped down about 20 points down to 32.70 area. And the market has not been strong enough to get back up above there. So if we pull in that, so you can see the whole Globex session here. You can see we opened and then we haven't been able to get back up above where we gapped. So obviously there's a lot more volatility here today, or at least in the Globex session so far, than what we've been used to. We had about 50 plus points in selling on Friday. So there's a few things here. So below this 42 half, there's quite a gap down here to 19 and then 15. And then we have some prices here. We'll also make sure we put these in the live trade signals, but essentially we would want to use these one at a time. So we've used this already here at 32, 36, 75, 37 area. And then we've got 33 half area, 30 half, 28, and then 24 half on the way down. On the way back up, we used this already on a bounce right here at 50 quarter. And then we haven't used this at 56. And then we've got 60. You can kind of see here. Could make a lot of sense to bounce back up to here or here at least. And we could even bounce back up to here at 64. But then above 64, we should see 77 half at least. So above 64, we would expect to see a little bit bigger bounce up here to 77 half. So it could bounce up. So this is quite a ways, and this is what happens when the range gets bigger. We're trading down at 41 half, and we're talking about a bounce that's 20 plus points away. So there's lots of opportunity. There's plenty of room. I mean, there's 51, there's 55, 75, maybe not a ton of room in between here. There is quite a bit of room from 42 up to 55, and then 55 up to 60, 60 to 64 half. So kind of one at a time here today. And then up above this, if for whatever reason we started getting a lot more buying up above the 77 half, we could really bounce to any of these CPAs. But then we would expect that the sellers would step in. If we get up above these CPAs, it would start to get a lot stronger and we would start to see a push higher, again, one at a time up here. So what we're looking for initially here to start out, bounce somewhere up to one of these three. If one of these three doesn't hold, then we're looking for a bounce up to this area at least. And then if this doesn't hold, then a bounce up to the CPAs. And then if that doesn't hold, then much higher. So there's opportunities to play this both ways. If the CPA or the KP here that doesn't hold 77, you've got 11 points to the next price up there. So there's an opportunity to get some on the buy side. Of course, you got to pay attention to this area over here, this 82 quarter, somewhere in that area, if we were to come up above there. But for now, if we start getting a bigger bounce, and you'd know if we're going to get a bigger bounce, it would happen from this 39 area, likely as the worst case. Otherwise, we'll trade down lower into these prices. And then we just got to look at what we've used on a bounce. So we've used this on a bounce. We haven't used this or this or this. We've used this already, so we'd be looking for up to there. So above here, should see up there. And so that's how it'll be today, and that's likely how it'll play out. Even if we're moving lower, we'll look for where were the bounces to. And then we don't have prediction points posted below 15, but if that comes into play and we need those, which is a ways down there, we have this 08 area, and then we have 3195 3/4 area. And if we need something below that, we'll of course post those for you. So there is this morning's pre-market walkthrough, and we will see you in the live trade signals.